Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to what is set to be, I'm sure, another marvellous and wonderful evening in Dan's tool room. And tonight we are going to be talking about Klein tools. More specifically, Klein tools in the UK and why you should buy Klein tools in the UK. We are going to be looking at various reasons. Well, we all know the Klein tools were made in 1857 by Matthias Klein when he invented the lineman's pliers. And since then, they've become one of the biggest tool companies in the world, and they're the pride of the USA, and every American is proud to use their made in the USA Klein tools. But you may be surprised to know that if you are Klein UK, their headquarters is in Blaenavon in the Welsh Valleys. Now, isn't that wonderful? Isn't that lovely? So there's your first reason. There's your first reason to buy Klein tools, because their headquarters in Klein's genius, they decided to put it in the motherland, in lovely sunny Wales. Well, I'm quite proud of that Welsh accent. Do you know that? They do actually talk like that, don't they? I used to talk like that, so I know. I'm not allowed there anymore because I moved to England, so I'm a traitor now, so I can't go back. But there you go. But I suppose I'd better give some better reasons to buy Klein tools in the UK. There are better ones, but, to be fair, I am quite proud of that. I mean, a giant like Klein in the tool industry, their headquarters is in Blaenavon in South Wales. That's brilliant. I think that's absolutely great. Okay, let's move on to the second reason then, and I'm going to say it's going to be the Klein tool bags. Now, before I go into this, okay, I've just put out a selection of my Klein tools here. You can see some of my other Klein tools in my other videos. I've just put out a selection of some of them here, and I'm going to start with these tool bags because these are brilliant tool bags. Now, the two I own here are the Klein backpack here. This is the entry-level Klein backpack. This is the Tool Gear backpack. It's the Tradesman's Pro Tool Gear backpack. And this one is the Tradesman's Pro Rolling Tool Organizer. And this one's just brilliant. I've done a review on this, as you know. But what I've actually done to this one, I've actually emptied this one today just so I can show you a bit closer. Now, the first reason these are great are because they're not Vito Pro packs. Well, what am I on about? Well, of course they're not Vito Pro packs. Well, I'll tell you what I mean. Vito Pro packs. Now, I don't dislike Vito Pro packs. I've never really held one. I've never really used one, so I can't judge them, but I've heard very good things about them. But you know what? I don't dislike Nickelback either. I loved How You Remind Me when it first came out. I don't dislike Adele Rolling in the Deep, but when they played it again and 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 again, I got kind of bored of it. Or you know what? And if you go on YouTube and put in tool bag review, Vito Pro Pack is the Adele and Nickelback of YouTube. It's like, howdy, I'm just gonna review my Vito Pro Pack tools, show you all it. I'm just gonna review my Vito Pro Pack. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, you could run over the Vito Pro Pack with a semi truck 12 times and it wouldn't have a mark on it. Yeah, wonderful tool bags. Last tool bag you'll ever buy. And man, change the record, dear me. And that just says to me, man, if you want to be, I'm sure they're very good tool bags, but if you just want to be the same as everyone else, buy a Vito Pro Pack, because everyone's got them. I mean, dearie me, you just get sick of hearing it. If I click on a video now and it says Vito Pro Pack, I just turn it off, because I'm just like, yeah, same old again. And they're not invincible. They're not, okay? Some guy said the other day, he said to me, now, this is just what I've seen on a video, okay? I'm not knocking Vito at all. Yeah, like I say, I've never used them. I'm sure they're absolutely brilliant tool bags. I've heard they are, okay? But one guy the other day, it seems like there's this culture of saying they're brilliant for no reason, because, they'll make up reasons why they're brilliant, because the guy was saying the other day, oh, yeah, all that's ever gone wrong in here is the zip's broken. Well, that's pretty flipping major, isn't it, if the zip's broken on it? If the zip breaks on this, then, it's a big floppy hat. It's not a bag anymore, you know what I mean? So, but yeah. But that's it. That's the only reason. I mean, I've heard Vito Pro Packs are brilliant bags. But, everyone's got one, and everyone who has one has to do a review on it. And it's just, I've seen it all before. So, yeah, Klein bags. A little bit different, okay? They're all made in 680D, ballistic weave, which is really strong, hard material. As you can see, it's really nice and thick. I've actually emptied this one out today, so I can show you some of the things I love about these bags. They're really deep pockets. And one thing that's really good is when you put the tool in the pocket, for example, if I stick this Klein screwdriver in a pocket here, it just fits nicely. It doesn't wobble around. It doesn't flap about and stuff, And people say, oh, you can get a Stanley bag for like, 50 quid. Why would you buy one of those? But you know what? The difference is a night and day. They are completely different, okay? The quality on these is, in a different league to Stanley, okay? Stanley bags, in my opinion. Okay, these are great bags. And this is the entry-level one. And this is another thing why I'm going to use Klein tool bags as an example, okay? You can get just about anything in Klein tool bags, okay? Any type of tool bag you want, you can get one, and a Klein one. You can get one with lights in, you can get tool totes, you can get zip-up bags. I mean, they do at least 5 I can think of types of backpacks to choose from. There's one that stands up as sort of like, a sort of, there's one that actually stands up as sort of like, a sort of almost a standing up tool tray thing, that everything can just be put in. They're just great. So even that alone, you get just the backpacks on their own. You get like at least 5 different ones I can think of off the top of my head now. Okay. All right, and you can talk about your Vita Pro packs, and I'll tell you why I bought this rolling Klein tool bag instead of a Vita Pro pack rolling tool bag. Because Vito don't do a rolling tool bag, okay? So if you want a rolling tool bag, Vito isn't a choice for you. Okay, so that's why I went for these. So I know I'm going to get, and now the reason I'm not meaning to pick on Vito here, it's just that every video I do on these Klein tool bags, they're like, people say to me, oh, you should try the Vito, you should try the Vito. Well, I'm more than happy with these, okay? They're great bags. I'm really pleased with them. And the choice you can get is incredible. You can even get one with torches inside them and things, okay? So I'd really, really recommend Klein tool bags, okay? Now let's move on to the next thing then, in relation to that, okay? Choice. We talked about the choice of different bags you can get here, okay? Now, let's just talk about the choice. And I've got a little piece of paper here where I've wrote a list on, okay? Let's just talk about the choice of tools you can get. Now, if I buy, say, for example, a Knipex tool, I can get myself some pliers, I can get myself some cutters, I can get myself screwdrivers, I can get myself a bag. I can get quite a few basic things. If I look at Vera, I can get screwdrivers, I can get little mini tool kits, I can get, ratchet systems, things like that. But nothing compares, for quality tool manufacturers, nothing compares to the amount of choice you can get from Klein and Superog combined. It's unbelievable the amount of choice you can get. Now let me just read you a list of stuff you can have if you want a Klein brand, if you want to invest in the Klein brand and the Klein ecosystem. You can buy pliers, strippers, cutters, screwdrivers, meters, rods, temperature meters, cooling towels that you can put on your face to cool you down in the summer, Bluetooth speakers, tool bags, magnetizer demagnetizers, flasks, hard hats, torches, tool bags, levels, voltage meters. I'm talking about the voltage pens there, okay? Tool belts, fish tapes, impact drivers, knives, tape measures, saws, bolt cutters, magnetic wristbands, nut drivers, pipe wrenches, camera systems. Talking about the ferret things, gloves. That's just off the top of my head what I wrote down. I'm sure if I went searching on Amazon or something like that, I could find lots of other different things that Klein do. So it's just the choice, okay? I mean, if you look at Knipex, for example, I could get a Knipex version of that, screwdrivers, can't get that, can't get that, can't get that, can't get this, can't get that, can't get a tape measure. Lots of things you just can't get, okay? And if you want to invest in Klein, you've got it all. It's all just there for you. You can have whatever you like, Klein. The next thing is the easy availability of Klein in the UK, okay? Now, there's one shop you can go to that are the sole sellers of Klein in the UK, okay? And that is CEF, City Electrical Factors, okay? But the very good thing about that is you might think, oh, well, that's rubbish. I can only go to one shop to get them, But they are everywhere, City Electrical Factors, okay? They're as common as McDonald's. So, in our job, we use City Electrical Factors because, you're never far away from a City Electrical Factors. And sometimes, Klein tools aren't cheap. They are quality, and I've said this before. I've talked about this in other videos, so I'm not going to go into this now. Klein tools aren't cheap. But, a CEF, you do get really good deals sometimes. For example, I got this the other day, along with this, for like $15.99 plus VAT. They had it on a deal because it was old stock. So you can get some really, really good deals on Klein tools at CEF as well. And it's so easy to take it back. Just a little side note, it might be a good idea to sort of write down which store you bought it from. Because CF do like you to take it back to the store you bought it from, otherwise it causes them lots of hassle. They will take it back in another store, but if you want a refund, you'll have to take it back to the store you got it from, that's all. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Okay, another reason I'm going to go with is choice within tools. Okay, now for example, you can have, say, your European style screwdrivers here. For example, okay, so you can have this style of screwdriver if you want, and they do all shapes and sizes in this. Or you can have, your American style ones. They do them as well. It's the same sort of screwdriver. This is an insulated screwdriver, the same as that. Made in the USA. They're both really well made screwdrivers. They're really good tips on them. But you've got your choice of what you want to buy. These in more British sizes are a little bit harder to come by, but I've been told by my subscribers faithfully, and he's proved it to me, that you can get them. Okay, so there's choice there, isn't there? And also on choice, for example, let's look at this cutters here. Now you can buy alignment pliers. This isn't alignment pliers. I don't have a Klein alignment pliers. I would like one. But you can buy alignment pliers, and you can buy with soft blades to cut sort of like soft copper and things like that. Or you can buy with the hardened blades to cut like steel and things like that. And whereas, if you had a Kniepex, they only come with the induction hardened blades and stuff on them. And you might think, well, that's rubbish, because surely it's better just to have the better blades. Well, not really, because if your job only entails you to cut soft things and you never need to cut steel or anything like that, then surely it's better to have a cheaper choice, okay? Rather than have to buy the more expensive one if you want that brand, surely it's better to have a cheaper choice, okay? Also with this jab saw here, you can have the folding one like this, which has the same blade as that, if you want to put it in your soft bags or something, so you've got that choice. Or if you've got a bag that's just, a hard bag and you're not too bothered, you can buy there's a cheaper choice. You can have a cheaper choice. So, and you find that with Klein tools, they've got different ranges of most of their tools. With all the cutters and pliers and stuff, you can have like different styles of handles. You can have dipped handles, you can have the journeyman handles, you can have the high voltage handles, and they go up in price. So there's always a choice of what you want to buy. But on top of that, you can choose what kind of steel you want as well. Now, moving on to the steel, another reason is the Klein quality, okay? Now, I will only have 3 brands in my bag, you know that, apart from the odd one, and that is Klein Tools, Kniepex, and Vera, okay? And the reason for that, and this is in my opinion, okay, so, I'm going to have people jumping on me saying, oh no, I love my CKs. I've tried CK, I've tried NWS, I've tried the Irwin stuff, I've tried Draper Expert, I've tried most of the makes, honestly. And these 3 just stand out. They, in my opinion, are the best. Klein, for example, here, I mean, this steel is actually, it's patented steel. This is the only Klein get this. Now, it feels a bit rough to touch, but I don't see that as an issue at all. It's the quality of it. It's a very, very good quality. It's an industrial grade quality. Now, unless you want to stand around feeling your tools instead of, using your tools, rubbing them in your face and stuff and saying how soft they feel. If you want to do that, guys, buy a flipping blanket. You know what I mean? It's a tool. It doesn't really matter how soft it feels, okay? They don't do like a chromed version as Kniepex do. So, that's just something to consider if you want anti-rust. But they do high quality tools. Now, if you look at this, for example, this is something no one else offers. You've got your dual layer insulation in these 1000-volt pliers, for example, okay? Now, that's a major thing, okay? Because if you break this and it shows that it's got the white insulation underneath, that tool isn't safe, okay? Now, for example, if you have the Kniepex one, where it might be the same colour all the way through, or any other brand, I'm not just picking on Kniepex, I like Kniepex tools as well, but, you wouldn't necessarily know if it's gone through far enough to, cause any damage to you, to know whether it's gone far enough to damage that insulation. So this is forward thinking by Klein, and it's a life safety thing, okay? And that moves me on to my next reason, forward thinking. They do some really cool stuff, okay? This is the Klein NCVT3 voltage tester, okay? Now, you're gonna go on going, oh no, my Fluke, that's the best. The Fluke's the best, man. You can't, well, it's not. This is better, okay? I'm sorry. In my opinion, this is better. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say anything's better than a Fluke that does electrical testing. How dare you, sir? Well, I am. I'm saying it, all right? Because this has got, if you want to buy a Fluke, okay, it's like buying a car that All you want it to be is reliable and have comfy seats. Okay, that's what's important to you. And I get, yeah, that if you're testing electrical stuff, what you want it to be is accurate, and that's good. But this is accurate as well, okay? And this has some extra features on it, which you don't tend to get, okay, on a Fluke. And they're useful features. They're not gimmicks, they're useful. That's the thing about it, okay? You're going into a dark ceiling void or a dark cupboard and you need to test, you're going into electrical cables and you want to test if something's, got voltage present. It's really useful to have a torch on the front of it. Okay, now Fluke do one with a torch. So I know you're going to jump on me for that, okay? They do one with a torch as well, okay? But, you've got your voltage indicator here, okay, which tells you, if it's low or high voltage. Now, some of them light up, different colours, but Klein do one that do the same. The NCVT2 does that. But sometimes you're wondering, if you haven't used it for a while, you're like, was it blue that was low voltage, or was that high voltage, or was it green? Oh, I don't know. Did it beep slowly for that or fast for that? This just tells you, it's got an indicator there which tells you if it's low or high. There's no confusion, it's just done. It's on there, it's a feature they've put on there, it's a great idea, okay? Also, the sensitivity range goes from 12 to 1000 volts. Fluke ones have not got that bigger sensitivity range, okay? And it's IP67 dust and waterproof roof, okay? That's great. Your IP67 there, your 6 is your dust resistance and your 7 is your waterproof resistance, okay? So it's a 6 on one, 7 on the other. That's useful when it's in a dusty tool bag. It prolongs the life of your tool, and it's useful if you're out in the rain, and I believe this is drop resistant as well. So they've thought of some really useful features on this, okay? Now let's just take that a step further as well. A saw. This is a saw I would actually bother reviewing, because, saws aren't very interesting, but this I would, okay? When you're using a hacksaw outside and it's freezing cold, it is really nice to have a nice rubber handle where you'd put your hands, both here and here. It's really nice, okay? It's a great idea when you snap your blades to be able to keep other blades inside your saw, because you don't have to go walking back to your van just to get a blade. That's annoying, okay? And it's a really good idea to have a removable saw on the front there, so you don't have to carry two saws around with you. You don't have to carry the junior hacksaw around, because this is a little saw you can use on the front. You can take this off if you want. There's a screw just there, as you can see, okay? It's a good idea. And this is what I like about Klein's. Their things don't seem to be very gimmicky. If they put something on there, there's a reason why they do it, okay? And that goes through to their design, and that's going to be another reason for us, the design of things, okay? Let's just take the quality of this tool, for example. It's a beautiful quality tool, the design of it, okay? It fits, so my thumb fits nicely under there, my other finger fits on top of there, my squeezing finger, and these rest nicely underneath that rest there. You squeeze it, and it unlocks for you. You lock it again, you can reach it with your thumb, and you can push it back into locking position. The design of the handles is really nice. Klein put a lot of effort into the design of the handles. See the way that sits into the curve of my hand there? It's really, really nice, that is. Another design thing here is, the quality of the design here is, these. I had a lot of problems with these, where these stoppers break all the time on them. Well, Klein have seen this, and they thought, well, there's a part that's likely to be a bit flimsy and break. So they've made it out of metal, okay? They've put comfortable handles on it as well, because it's a squeezing action, and hard things can hurt your hands, and that means the handles don't slip off. So it's just thoughtful design, which I like about them, which is great. So the reason it's coming out to buy these Klein tools, aren't they? Okay. Another reason is the warranty. Okay. Now it's not on all of them, and I haven't got all the information as which of these tools have the lifetime warranty, but some of them do. Okay. Firstly, it's easy to take them back to CEF should something break, and they tend to replace it, no questions asked. But I know that their pliers and cutters all have a lifetime warranty on this. Now I compared this to the Kneepex the other day, and I said that a major disadvantage of this in the UK is that it's a lot more expensive than the Kneepex. Now, I don't know what Kneepex's warranty is like, but if I break this, I can take it straight back into CEF, or I can send it off to Klein in Blaenavon. No questions asked. They will just replace this for me, okay, because it's a lifetime warranty. Now, it's not against abuse and stuff like that. If I start using it as a hammer, obviously they're not going to replace it, but it's a lifetime warranty on defects to the tool, okay? So, yeah, you may pay 40 odd quid for this tool, but as long as you use it properly and, you don't abuse it, if it does break or anything like that, then you've got that peace of mind to know you can take it back. So it's buy once, cry once, okay? So that's a really nice thing with that. So, yeah, I mean, they seem to put a lot of effort into all their tools. They're very proud of their tools. Again, they've got their super rod. Now, I have got a set of super rods, and I've been trying to find them tonight, but they're lost in the abyss of my van, and I should have got them out earlier, but I couldn't find them in the dark. When it's daytime, I'll pull them out and I'll find them for you. But this is a super rod gecko grip, and it's a great little idea. And I don't know if you can see this little picture here. Basically, what you do is you get a magnet and put it under your floorboard, okay? And then you get a big magnet, attach a cable to it, and you can pull it through the floorboard, above the floorboard, with a magnet. What a good idea. So, it's great, isn't it? And, I'm not going to pull this out now because it's 6 meters long and I'm not going to get it back in. But, they come out with good little ideas like this. And, they've got this, and they've got the ferret camera system as well, which you can look at with your rods as well. They're really good. So, yeah, it's just, for me, Klein does stand out. There's no other company that does the range of tools that Klein does at a quality. You could say, well, Stanley do it or something like that. But in my opinion, again, I've got to keep saying in my opinion, I don't see Stanley as competitors to Klein. They're sort of more home DIY sort of thing, whereas Klein's are professional tools. So, you can always get a Klein version of a tool, and it's just priceless really to be able to do that. And it is absolutely great to be able to do that. So for me, yeah, Klein are great tools. Like I say, I'm sure Vito Pro Packs are great bags, but you don't get, and on a serious note, I know I took the mick a bit earlier, but I've never used one. I don't know what they're like. I've heard they're really good, but you're never going to get the range that you can get with Klein's. There's just so many of them that you can buy. There's so many different things for different things. I mean, this one clearly, for example, is a service bag. You got no tape measure holder on the side of it because you don't need a tape measure to service, So, there's a lot of well, at least in my trade, you don't anyway. So this is perfect for me. Like I say, my dream bag would be a Klein backpack actually, and it's the Tradesman's Pro Master backpack. Now I'm going to go on to the last thing now of why Klein tools are so good in the UK, and that is their customer relations. Okay. Now, a while ago, you may remember I did a tour of Klein tools in the UK, a UK perspective, okay? And there were some tools I liked, there were some tools I didn't like, okay? 90% of the tools I liked, but you remember one of the tools I didn't particularly like was this. I didn't like this one at all because it's just... Watch the video. I won't go into it again, but watch the video, okay? Now, they do better, much better versions of this, to be fair, which are made out of different materials. They're made of fiberglass inside rather than steel, and those are supposed to be very good, okay? This is their cheap entry-level version, okay? But, I said all the other tools good, but then I said on the video as well, in the title, I hope Klein tools watch this. Now, a giant like Klein, I never thought they'd actually watch a video from little old me, okay? With, 200 subscribers at that time, But they did. They actually watched my video. They messaged me and they said, give us your details and we'll ring you for a chat. They talked to me about their products. They talked to me about what could be improved. They talked to me about what new things are coming out. They talked to me about my videos, It was great to have that kind of interaction. I literally felt honoured. I really did, I've never had that from anyone else. Armeg have had a little chat with me, but not to the degree Klein have. And, it was really great. A lovely lady from Super Rod UK phoned me and we had a lovely chat and it was great. So I've got to say, the customer relations side of it is brilliant. They actually care what we think. They watch a lot of YouTube videos, okay? And, they're interested in what we think and they're always looking to improve their tools. So, that's a really good sign for a tool manufacturer that they do actually care. Okay, they're willing to take criticism and they're willing to work on things. And they're willing to give us what they want. And, these screwdrivers are, an example of that. They know British engineers aren't used to this type of thing, or European engineers. So they've made themselves a range of screwdrivers as well that are more catered to the British engineer. So, little things like that. So, guys, Klein tools in the UK, good reasons to buy them. I've given you a lot of reasons there why they do stand out above other firms in a lot of ways. Everyone has their advantages, their disadvantages. I'm not saying that, but like I say, they are one of the 3 manufacturers that I will happily keep in my bag, and I always will keep in my bag. I've grown quite fond of them. And, you know, you can build a good relationship with CEF and the guys there, and they'll always do you good deals on stuff as best they can as well, I've found, so, which is great. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Like and subscribe if you would. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to my channel already. The subscribers are really going up now, and it's starting, I know I'm getting thousands of views, and guys, that's amazing, and thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it, and thank you for all your kind comments you give me as well. You know, it's really great. Thank you for all your opinions and your suggestions on everything and what you think. You know, and like I say, hit the bell icon. You'll get notifications when I bring out new videos. And I hope you've enjoyed this one. So have a good one, guys. And I will see you on the next video. And the next video, just so you know, will actually be, because I realise I've never done this, it'll be a tour of my tool room. And, you know, my lesser known tools. Now, I don't buy expensive tools like these, always. If it's something I don't use very often, I don't tend to buy them. So it might be a little bit of a different perspective of my stuff next time. And I'll just have a little, now I've actually got it tidy. I know it doesn't look tidy. It is underneath all the bags, I promise. But I'll actually give you a bit of a tour around. So that'll be my next video. So guys, have a good night. Stay safe out there. And I will see you on the next video. Night, night.